How's it going, allotment freaks? Been a while, hasn't it? Been getting on with this today, so I'll take you back and show you everything that I've done along the way with it. Been in work this morning, come down after work. To be quite honest, I've not really been here since, must be about October, since I had a last proper go here. My greenhouse is minging and I've got a couple of projects I wanted to get started, so I'm going to get on with the compost one. I want to put a roof over the composters, so just about make it out behind me, but I'll take you through the process of how I've done that. And then if I get a chance, we're going to have a tidy up in the greenhouse because it's minging. I've still got cucumber plants in there and it's a right mess. So get a chance to do that. Rich next door's down, the lady over that way's down, so should be alright. Downstairs, we have a general tidy up. It might rain in a bit, so I really need to tidy up inside the greenhouse. So I'm going to save that till last, just in case it does rain, and I can get on with other stuff and then move on to that in a bit later. But for now, I'm going to put a roof over my composting bay. See you in a bit. So as you can see here, this is my composting bays. There's only, so it's 4 bays long. I'm currently using one end of it because it's only just been started this autumn. But I've noticed, well, I had some, one of them's next door over there on Bob's pot, it blew off. I'd just put some sheets of plastic that I had over the top of it to keep the rain off. Yeah, the wind got them. They've gone over there. It was always gonna have a roof made on it. I'd just not got round to it yet. So what I'm gonna do now is bang a roof on because it's getting, like you say, we've got everything in there, starting to hopefully make compost. We've been turning it and whatnot, but it's wet. So it wants to be damp, it wants to be a little bit moist, but it's absolutely sogging. So this is what we're going to do. Well, this is what I've already done. I've just knocked up basic frame, big long rectangle out of 2x2. That was left in the shed from when I think I actually bought, yeah, that was the timber that I bought when I put the shed up, and the shed needed some new rails underneath the floor just to lift it up on. So I'd got a load of tannalised 2x2 from B&Q and banged them underneath it, strengthened the floor. There was 2 full lengths left over, which 2 full lengths get to the middle, so I'll go and buy another 2 lengths for the other end, but that doesn't need to be done till we've got compost making in that end, so we'll get it done sooner. But in theory I can leave that another year, 2 years before that bit needs the roof on it, so that'll do. And then all we're going to do for the roof, these are just more of the packing wood I get from work. It's only either lads take them home for the wood burners at home, or it goes in the wood skip, or projects people have got going on. So they're these timbers, what's that, 4x1 maybe, something like that. It's all heat treated, so it'll last for a good while outside. And like I say, I get it for free from work, so I'm not too fussed if come 3-4 years down the line it needs replacing. I just have a little pile in my bay of it and just keep adding to it, and then once the pile's about a boot full, bring it down here. So it's the same stuff we made the long planter for down the side of the greenhouse, and I've used it for all sorts all over the place. So yeah, that's that. So yeah, and all we're going to do, yeah, I've just started laying them on to see what it'd look like. We're just going to lay them on next to each other, butt them up really close to each other, little pilot drill through them, and then screw them down. Once it'll look like a flat tabletop. We're going to lift the front end up slightly so it angles backwards. I'm going to put the slats across the top with a bit of an overhang on the back, and I'm going to get a length of gutter and run that down the side of it, and bring it back down. I think it's a bit unfair on Bob because, like I said, the composter's here, fence at the back there, that's Bob's plot next door. All the water that runs off, it's just going to get dumped right down there. I imagine it's say when you've got a water butt, they fill up quite quick. You don't realise how much water actually comes off a roof or something. So yeah, so if I put a slight overhang at the back, I'm going to get a length of gutter and I'll mount that to the back of it and then some pipe and bring it round the front. And we'll have a small water butt there that we can collect in that for when we're making our comfy teas and other stuff. So yeah, I'm going to get these down and I'll catch up with you in a bit once I've finished screwing a few on and we'll see how it looks. Right, so the way I'm doing it, just grabbing one of these, putting it on top. I've got a little offcut. I'm just using that to, just along there, just to gauge how far to come with a lip. Pull it up so it sits nice with that. Quick pilot hole through top. 2 or 3 boards piloted like that, then screw them down. The front one in tight, and then just give a pull on the back one to pull it in tight so it all grips it together. So with the strength of with the thickness of these, it should take its strength. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. So that's the main structure of it done. Pull it down there. It is quite heavy. Just got to figure out how to prop it up some way at the front. I've got some timbers knocking around. I'm just gonna have a look at it, have a coffee, have a think what we can do to it. If it's heavy enough, it can stay there until we decide. Get something proper for it, maybe. Don't know how much do we put engineering into it? You know, do we make a hinge at the back so it can lift up and down when we want to turn the compost, or I don't know. It's one of them. It'd be lovely if it could be higher up and I could walk into it, but a bit overkill, isn't it, for how much I'm going to need. But I suppose, can you ever have too much compost? So I'm going to make a coffee. Richard's just got here, I've not seen him for a bit. Had a little catch up with him. Gonna make a coffee, I'll catch you in a bit. I didn't make a brew. Got in the shed and my stove's not there. I vaguely remember the missus borrowing it for something. So my stove's at home. Yeah, I'll live with it. Richard's just turned up, he's put kettle on fire. So I got on with it. So that up right there, and that one at the back, they're fixed in now. Take it to the front. So looking at it from that way, you know, it sort of dips in the middle. I've not put a level on it. It doesn't need to be bang on level as long as the falls to the back. But tonight it's dipping a bit in the middle, so I'm just gonna, 2 end ones are fixed, and then I'm gonna lift the middle post up to try and take that bow out of it. Yeah, so that's it there so far. So I'm just gonna jack that post up in the middle, just put some blocks under it, keep lifting it till it's there, and we'll fix that one in place. So I'm just gonna show you, I'm just gonna get a lift on the post. So I've put 2 pieces of wood across here, one that way. I tilt that back, and push down here. Lift that middle one up, so we've left this on. I'll partly way put some screws through here and just whack them on like that now. Yeah, so hold it like that. Drill bit's a bit knackered. Cut that out. And then I'll go down to the back and have a look how it's come out. So that's what it looks like now. It's come up a little bit in the middle. Right, so I've had a belting afternoon actually. Hopefully I've got another hour at least before it starts going dark. But I'll show you what I've done. So that's as far as we've got. Well, to say as far as we've got, we're pretty much done, to be fair, for the roof. Other than what we decided to put on the top of it. Like I said, Rich turned up, started chatting to him. He had some gutter, so I've put a run of gutter just down the back of it. All I've done with a gutter is just, you see a screw there, just screwed it straight into there and there, and then underneath them just put some little blocks. There's a long one there in the middle. Just it wasn't curling up right, so I've just done that. It's curled it up right, and then I'll decide if I either angle this off from around there. But for now, the comfrey, that's it's been standing all over it. That's the comfrey bed there, so at least that'll get a good water in constantly. For now. So yeah, that was that. That was making the composters. I didn't get around to cleaning the greenhouse. I've just got on with this. But I've had a belting day early this afternoon. It wasn't as cloudy, sun was out. Busy, didn't realise how cold it was, but it was quite warm with sun on back. So we've got this bit done, so another job done. And yeah, hopefully I can get another bit of time, I'll get another day soon, hopefully. So I've ended up staying longer, a bit longer. I've turned the compost over. Not that you can really see, it's a bit dark now, just losing the light. I've turned it over and added some manure, some of the cow manure. Gave that a mix up in there. Like you say, it's all I'm really coming down for now. It's just emptying the compost bin from home. I've got a compost bin in the kitchen, and just coming and emptying it here. No, I've had a really good day. I've had a cracking afternoon. So I've got that finished. But what I have found. Yeah, so I didn't know what I was going to do with the roof. I was chatting to Rich. And he's got some of the DPM, rubber DPM sheet, and he said he's got some of the rubber DPM sheet, and he said, you have a bit of this and cover the roof in it. I said, I don't know what I'm going to do. I might leave it. I'll see what happens from it. I've ran the hose pipe over the top of it. The gutter at the back works spot on, but it does run through. And he said, have you got any of the black stuff? So the stuff we lined, a bit wobbly in it, the stuff that we lined the insides of it with, this stuff, that was they're having some building work done at work. That was the sort of just the packaging between big roofing sheets. So that was knocking about. Just putting that away. That's what we used for that. I think it's very similar to, what's the Welsh guy's name? Is it Tony O'Neill? He was Simplify Gardening. I think he's something else now. He's got a video on how to make a composting bay. Basic principle the same. He makes out of 4 pallets. Different bays along the side, but then he wraps it in. Now I found it in Wicks and in Tool Station, and it looks pretty much the exact same thing. But it's floor covering, floor protection. You know, for if you're having builders round in your house and you've got nice wooden floor or tiled floor, put that down, it stops the floor from marking. It's just like corrugated, sort of the consistency of cardboard, you know, with a corrugated bit down the middle of it, but it's plastic. So it'd only be going to landfill, so it can be the roof of here. I didn't realise I had it knocking about, and then as I'm shoveling manure into it, I put the wheelbarrow on top of it, and I was like, oh fuck yeah, we've got this here. So yeah, I'll have to cut it down. I think what I'll do, I'll take it down, put it underneath it, just let it dry out. There's a bit of wet mud on the side of it, so we'll let that dry off it, or we'll wash it off, let it dry out and hang it. I wouldn't want to trap a pocket of mud underneath it. So I'll just show you behind me now. I'm sure he won't mind. Just look how neat Richie's plots are, beds are. He's really cracked on, it looks spot on. Give me a kick up the arse, get on with mine, because my beds are messy. I've still got in here, I've still got cauliflower that's gone to seed that we've just left in. And then just show him, losing the light now, I don't know if you can see with flash on. A bit of winter veg take home, so I've got some swede, some kale, some parsnips, and they're beetroots, and they're probably really woody because they've gone over, but we've been roasting it. So we've been covering the beetroot in honey and roasting it, and it comes up delicious. So it might be a bit woody to eat as beetroot in a salad or whatnot, but we'll roast it while it's winter. It's delicious. So we'll see what that turns out like. So yeah, that will be it now, guys. So yeah, I'm gonna go home, get some stuff sorted at home, Yeah, so nice one for sticking with us. Like I said, I'll try and get updates when I can get updates. Yeah, that's about it. So yeah, nice one for watching, guys. See you next time.